out to mid. No one going down as of yet from either side. So you can see how cautious they were. Both sides then sitting back really late into the round and going for that kind of late A push to get the bomb down. So CDE kicking us off here with the frag onto Peter, the MP5 King down and out. All evened up. We can see the nades flying towards Minsk, and now the advantage firmly resting with the CYBORG factory. Can they get the bomb down? Neither. Bomb in hand, and now it's all, I believe, on Soka at the top of A there. Just waiting for his moment to get another frag. Drops Jenny. Can he get the second of the fences? No, he can't. Dives off towards Market and tries to fake it out. But it doesn't work as G-Lady will pick that frag up, and it's 2-0 to the CYBORG factory. I didn't see this happening, especially on the side they're on. I'm kind of surprised so far.
Not at all. I think I'm going to follow Glady out of spawn for the CYBORG factory guys, with 4-1 at the moment, really bringing those rounds in for his team. And we'll see them, it looks like, pushing towards the A bomb site. We should see some frags connecting relatively soon as the players have been spotted. Glady there pre-firing, where the most commonly used position around this A site, throws out a smoke, a little bit unorthodox one there, as we see 3 of the opposing team's players also heading around this A site, with Soka picking up the first A frag onto CDE. And now all of the FragMasters guys just sitting tight, not moving an inch, making the CYBORG factory do all the work. But Glady knew exactly where Soka was sitting. He managed to pick up that SMG frag with Blade following through the kill onto Peter there. And CYBORG factory in the round advantage at the moment again, as we're in a 4 versus 3 situation. You see tags going out between both teams, and Atomic will get the better of Blade there with that AK. Glady spotting Minx, managing to shut him down, making it a 3v2, the advantage firmly resting with the CYBORG factory, as we see a scope tagging up Glady incredibly heavily. They will meet behind this flowers area relatively soon. Fakes going out, not wanting to drop a single round to the opposing team at the moment. Tags going out between the 2 players around flowers. Does hear an opposition, and Blazy gets a better Glady there, and it looks like the plant will be faked once again by Janie, or Janny. I do not have a clue how you meant to say that name. And we will be left in a 2 versus 1. CYBORG factory going from the 1-man advantage to a 1-man deficit here, and the bomb still isn't down, which makes it even harder work for neither to manage to pick up this round. We will spot a player in the flowers area, slow to react there onto Atomic in A house. Atomic picking up quite a few kills there, and getting the first round on the board for FragMasters.
Yeah, it seems as though FM finally stepped up to the plate, and the individual talent of the players did kind of shine through. But I'm going to follow some of the SMGs from the CGF side. So Glady here darting towards A, smokes out, not dropping yet, not even seeing one as of yet. Will he get spotted from the guy in flower? Because they are trained waiting for this push. The smokes do come out on the bomb site, but Blazy dives in with his SMG and takes the opposing member down. So we can see a little bit of an A push coming out from the CGF side, and Janny picks up one onto Blazy. It's tit for tat currently. Now it will slow down just so we can make sure every pick is gotten. And Soka gets the one on CDE, and that was a little bit sloppy from him. He shouldn't have been peeking that much. So let's see what CGF can do. There are 4 players to find on the FM side. Can they get any of them? Bomb within the hands of a young man called Janny. Can he dive in on the site and get the frag that he desperately needs? Spots one to his left. Peter picks up the frag. And now advantage firmly within the FragMasters side, as Blade has to go absolutely huge. Does pick up one on Soka. Can he get the other 3? As he is under vast amount of pressure from Peter with the AK just spamming away. Ready to take his head off at a moment's notice. Dive out. Gets a little bit of spam. No tags as of yet. And there we go, as Minska picks up the frag with the scope, and it's all even.
And here is the FM play that we really expect. So I'm going to have to follow Peter out of spawn with that MP5. It's such an unusual gun for him to use, but it seems like it really is working out for him, as his team are drawing with the opponents at the moment. We see Soka picking up that first, it looks like a barrel kill there onto CDE. And that will give the FragMasters guys a 1-man advantage as we go into this round. Blazy there following through on his teammate's success with a kill onto Glady, neither not liking that at all, so equaling out with a frag onto Soka there. And we will now be in a 4 versus 3 situation in favour of FragMasters yet again. Peter throwing his nade out, moving towards the A site where the CYBORG factory guys really are centred. Nobody wanting to peek, full of fear that they will get their head taken off by either the scope of neither or the nade of Janny, apparently, as he will pick up the kill there onto Blazy with that amazing nade. And it looks like Peter will meet an opposing player, managed to get the opening tags there onto Janny. spam going out, no one really going anywhere. As you see, yet another nade kill from CYBORG Factory, guys, onto Minx and Peter there, equaling it out with the frag onto Janny. It'll now be a 2 versus 2 situation. 2 FragMasters players left alive against 2 CYBORG Factory players. Peter getting tagged up through the smoke there. Fake plan will go out. The CYBORG Factory guys really do like their fakes at the moment, and we see Neither picking up that Deagle killer onto Atomic after Atomic shut down his teammate Blade. So we're left with Peter against Neither. Peter diving around the corner, and Neither's Deagle is just too fast for him, shutting down Peter in mid-flight. And wow, I think we're having to call a timeout here for someone that keeps on joining the server. No one knows who he is, but yeah, this was not expected.
User joined your channel.
Fuck off, Exo, you dirty little pikey cunt! Leave right now before you fall any deeper. Think you better leave right now.
You do realise we're live, right? Right?
Think you better leave right now.
Alex?
Yeah.
Alex, we're a bit live. It's nice to see you though, if I'm honest. But yeah, as you did say, there was a person on the server, so they have been kicked. Hopefully we'll be underway shortly. But FM have been one of those sides where literally they will let it get to the brink and then have to pull it back, and it does go tit for tat. And we did see it, especially on backlot against Antwerp Aces, that it did come down to a rather fine wire, but they did become the victor of that. So we're just waiting on CGF to ready up, and we'll be slap bang underway.
And hopefully whoever it was who was just there has been banned from a server, so we won't have to go for any more timeouts anytime soon. But what do you think of the scoreline so far, with CYBORG Factory having 1 round advantage?
I'm not too sure what to make of it as yet. I think it's early doors. I think if I call anything either way, I'll probably have to, I don't know, eat my own hat and, you know, make a big rebuttal. But FM seeing the side that they do step up a little bit later. You know, they'll try and get, you know, their mindset into what's going on, and then they'll step it up, because, you know, before they've been kind of lazy and then they're not really pushing it yet. You can see that they've been quite slow on picking up the early frags, but then when it does come down to the clutches and such, they do quite well. So hopefully they'll step up on that side, but CGF just seem to be, you know, playing slowly, controlling the pace, and then directing where they go, which is exactly what you need to do on attack. So they don't seem to be too fussed about which side they're on, because they are, you know, on the harder side as such. So, you know, I'm impressed so far. I think they're doing very well as a team, but I think FM can still adapt to this.
Yeah, definitely. One thing we'll have to get past, though, is CYBORG Factory's nades. You saw a huge amount of late nade kills going out to different positions after they saved their nades around that A site. And you just saw for the FragMasters players dropping like flies to the different projectiles hurled across the map at them. So really, CYBORG Factory are doing something very well with those, and it really is giving them the advantage going into when the players actually ready up.
Indeed. But the one thing I'm looking forward to is tonight is seeing who goes through and how well, if obviously FM do go through, how far they can go, because they've been so close to being brilliant. In the last few games they let it get close and they bring it back, and it looks like they're a fantastic team. And I want to see how they do against people like Rage, possibly, because Rage are so strong at the moment, but they've been doing the exact same thing. You know, they'll let teams get close to them, and they don't make, you know, a definite answer as of yet. You know, we saw on Crash, of all maps, oddly enough, a double overtime with a team relatively unknown compared to the Rage side. So I'm hoping FM do step up and take this, because I love to see that matchup. That's what I'm looking for. You know, there's bobbers out there, I think, who are still left in this. And they're one of those teams who have a fantastic selection of players. You see the likes of Mummer, I do believe, in the ranks, and Scar, and some rather well-known Swedish players. So there's some phenomenal games coming up, absolutely phenomenal games. So we're just still waiting on 2 players from CGF, Yanni and CDE, and I'm not sure what we're still waiting on, but there's only 1 minute 18 left on the clock, so hopefully it'll be underway shortly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're actually doing. Maybe they're perfecting their nades even more to get even more of the FragMasters players down. But like you were saying, they're playing really well so far, with FragMasters not wanting to pull too far ahead early in the game, it seems, with really slow play going out between both these teams. So yeah, we should hopefully see some faster play between the SMG players as we go on after the ready up period.
Yeah, but it's down to the attacking side to kind of control the pace. So, for example, CGF, the first few rounds did kind of a mid-push, and they, you know, a few went B, just a little bit of a split, but then they rotated happily afterwards. You know, it doesn't have to be such a initial impact, but they can work it later in the rounds, and it's very hard with an SMG to do that. So why don't you take us into this one as it is over and done with the timeout?
Okay, I'm going to follow Galady out of spawn, who seems to have changed his name backwards, just to make it even harder for all of us to follow him, as we see what looks like another A push going in from a CYBORG factory, guys, as it looks like we will see the opening frag go to Blazy, getting that SMG advantage. With the advantage of positioning as Galady pulls out his smoke, as I'm now going to move over to him. Blazy, where are you? Around this A arch area, and we're just waiting for the CYBORG factory guys to peek their heads so he can take them off very promptly, as we're left with neither equaling the scores out to make it a 4 versus 4 situation, with the frag onto his opposing his opposition player Minx, and then we see neither again. Those nades, like I said, around that A bomb site, picking up the frag onto Soka, and we're now with the advantage with the CYBORG factory guys with an extra player left alive around this A bomb site, as we will see the FragMaster players moving in very slowly, not wanting to expose themselves any more than needs be. See a spam going out between both sides, nothing really definitive, either tags or but people being spotted. As I speak a little bit too soon, we see Atomic getting tagged up by whoever is sitting in that corner, and now it looks like we will see the bomb moving over. Blazy does manage to spot Johnny there, and Johnny will get the better of him, pre-firing around that corner to absolute perfection, and now we're left with Atomic. After Johnny picks up another kill onto Peter, Atomic left alive against 4 of the CYBORG factory players, not a position he wants to be in, as he will manage to pick up the first onto Johnny. 3 left to find as the bomb has gone down, putting even more advantage in the hands of the CYBORG factory players. Spray going out, and neither will get the advantage of Atomic there. Neither had an amazing round there, using that scope and nades to perfect timings to take out 3 or 4 of the FragMasters players.
And I'm going to wonder if they go for that kind of slow A push again, so I'm going to follow Yanni here. So he does have that SMG in hand, darting around sight, does come into a player's iron sights at the archer. No, it was Blazy who will get the better of him, as neither will pick up one for himself onto Soko, and it's all even. So we do see that slow A push again, but have FM learnt yet? Have they adapted? What can they do to change this up now, as the bomb does get left in car park where the players do try and work a pick? We do see FragMasters setting up one in arch, one at the back of Flower, but Glady with that SMG does peek round, but Minxka feeling a little brave with that AK, picks up the frag onto him. Now advantage of the FragMasters, so we do need a reply from Convict Factory, and they do exactly that with 2 quick frags. And now Peter and I don't think that is Blazy. Yes, it is Blazy. So Peter and Blazy have to absolutely pull this back, and you can see Peter just waiting for his moment to drop that nade. So all Blazy's going to do is just try and stay alive, play a little bit cautious, because he knows Peter's waiting, and that's exactly what he's doing. So he does pick up the AK frag onto CDE, now just slowing down the attack of the CYBORG factory. But are they feeling like they want to rotate, maybe? Because, you know, you've got to be wondering, where is that last player? You can see they're so cautious. You can see Blade peeking every corner he can. The bomb in hand, edging towards site. And then FM are just sitting back and waiting, saying, no, that bomb's going to go down. And so Blazy's coming back round from A-Arch. And there's that nade we saw lining up as Peter will drop that onto Blade's head. And now, neither has to pick up this bomb, get it down, and there's 2 players definitely stopping him now as the flash comes in. One jumps towards Flower, he just sees an inch of his head. Can he get the frag? No, he can't, as Blazy picks it up. Very well played from FragMasters. Beautifully worked as a team there, and definitely deserving that round. So the attacking side only having 4 rounds now to the good, to the defensive 3.
Okay, I think I'm going to follow Blazy out of spawn here. He is doing the best for FragMasters side at the moment, and they really do need to get a few more rounds on the board to pull this back in their advantage, really, as we'll see those nades going out early. Blazy absolutely adores this A-arch area, as he will spot Glady again. The amount of times he's picked up that same frag as Glady's throwing that smoke is unbelievable now. I think that must be 3 times in a row, as we'll also see Atomic picking up that kill onto Blade there, and Johnny getting a return frag there onto Atomic. So we're left in a 4v3 situation in favour of FragMasters. All the players hiding around their associated areas. Blazy knows the player is directly to his right. Will manage to spot Johnny and pick up the frag as Minx picks up that frag onto his opposition player, neither. So now we just left with a CDE, and he is shut down by Soka in style. That is the kind of round that we expect from FragMasters there. Cool, cold and calculated, and they will get that round onto the board.
Yeah, and I've got to see what CGF are doing now. Are they still going to be going for this A push? Because it has been stopped now a few times. Are they still that confident? It does seem as though they are, as the bomb is going towards it. We do see a little bit of a mid-split here. Some of the players still watching that push, but we are going for it again as Soka takes the first frag. You can see FragMasters already getting their mindset into the way they're playing, and they're picking up the frags earlier on. But Yanni with a quick reply onto Minska. Now it's 4-on-4. Blazy getting tagged up, but not falling down as of yet. But neither will pick up the frag on Soka. And here comes the bomb into the A area. As this Arch will get smoked, Fake comes in. Neither lands a nade onto Blazy, and that's exactly what that Fake was for. But did they expect Peter's nade? No, they didn't. As now we see Peter and Soka left with a bit of a situation on their hands. Actually, Atomic, ignore the overlay, as Blade will pick him up regardless of that fact. So now Peter, the MP5 King, has to go huge. Waiting for his moment. Gets a fantastic headshot there. Oh my god, that was incredible. Can he get the last two? Smokes out on the bomb. To try and draw him closer. Cheekily prones, gets a tag, doesn't get the frag, dives in. Can he pick this up? Gets one, doesn't manage to get the other. Very brave play there from Peter, and if he'd got that, that would have been sublime.
It really would have. Peter, where are you? I'm going to follow you out now. You got two, but where was the third? As we will now watch him moving towards this B site. MP5 still in his hands. He absolutely adores this weapon. It's what he plays with, and like Pansy just said, he is the undisputed MP5 king. And we will see no opening nade frags, it seems, or opening scope shots from the two smokes. And I speak a bit too soon. You see Glady at an opening frag onto Blazy there. And it looks like it will be another slow A push on the CYBORG factory, guys. They absolutely love this A bomb site, and we'll see Blade shutting down Peter there, sitting around that market area, waiting for Peter to peek. Peter did, and he had his head taken off as a little bit of repayment for that one. As we see CYBORG factory with the 3-man advantage now, 4-man advantage, as we see Janny and Neither picking up 2 quick kills on Atomic and Minx. 1 player left alive. Glady's behind him. Soka picks up 1, cannot defend against the rear push, and that'll be another round on the board for the CYBORG factory, guys.
Yeah, I didn't expect this, especially on the attacking side, but maybe they're favourable to it. Who knows? So I'm going to have to follow Neither here, as he is leading the way on the scoreboard by a fair way, 13-5. Rather impressive score by all accounts, but just to prove me wrong, Minska finally does take him down. So now we do see it all even. But have they gone for that slow A? No, they haven't. Not as much this time. They haven't fully dedicated themselves to it. You can see a bit of a rotate coming out from CGF. It's the first time I've really seen them go for a bit of a rotate without it being so much further into the round. So let's see what they can do. CDE does pick up the frag onto Atomic. 3-on-2. Can they get this bomb down and secure the bomb site? Smoke's going down the top of the street as CDE darts into the bomb site. And here we go. Bomb going down, you can see the players setting up around it. Yanni pushing to the top of the street, does get the tag onto the scope, doesn't manage to land the frag. Yes, he does, with a lovely little headshot onto Minska, who must be feeling rather embarrassed now, as Soka is left with an absolute monster of a situation. 3 players to find, all set up in the best of places, and he is not looking good for this one. 28 seconds on the clock. Peeking around very cautiously. He's got a, he's seen Yanni going up the top of the street, killing his teammate, so he knows he's there. But the other two are a mystery, as CDE waits to pounce like Batman on top of the ledge there, and does manage to land the frag. And I can't believe how strong CGF are looking for this.
They really are playing incredibly well. Who am I going to follow out for CGF, guys? I'm going to follow Neither. We haven't really given him that much attention. He's going for that wall bang onto that A crosses. Does not manage to connect any tags though. And now we'll see that smoke's going out around both bomb sites. The bomb is centered towards the A bomb site at the moment though. It looks like there's going to be an incredibly slow push yet again for CYBORG factory. I really do love their slow pushes. We see Atomic picking up that first kill there into Blade with the AK. Shots going out, no tags coming though. I'm not sure where the CYBORG factory guys will actually move the bomb to, as we do have a lone player in the form of CDE hanging around this car park area, just holding a bomb, not wanting to move forward at all until they get these key picks, it seems. Neither attempting to wallbang, no connect at all for him. As we're in a 5v4 with FragMasters having the 1-man advantage, which they really do need at the moment to pull this back to 7-5. Gianni equaling things out with the frag onto Minx there. 4 versus 4. Bomb now picked up by Neither, moving towards the catwalk area. Hoping to see some opposing players, as Glady will get the advantage there onto Blazy. This could go in favour of the CYBORG factory guys yet again, and it could mean that we would have a scoreline of 8-4 going into the other half, which FragMasters really will not want that much. Customary tags going out between the two teams, as it looks like Neither will get a plant down, and Peter charging through the arch to be shut down by Gianni. And now we have Soka picking up that kill onto Glady there. And now we're left in a 1 versus 3 as we see Neither picking up that frag there onto Atomic. Soka left alive against CDE, Neither and Janny. Where are you, Soka? Soka pre-firing that area. There is a player behind him. He heard him. He cannot connect any tags on him so far as Janny dives in the corner and will pick up the frag, making it 8-4 in favour of CYBORG Factory. We did not see this coming, is all I need to say in that situation.
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. I would never in a million years expect a team like this to truly bring the game to FM like they have done. You can see the teamwork between Yanni and Neither there truly coming to absolute pinnacles, because you can see the scope, for example, does pick up most of the frags, i.e. Neither, and the SMG making the initial push onto the A site, which they seem very preferable, doing the exact same thing. So they are leading the way on the scoreboard by quite some way, may I add, ladies and gentlemen. 14-6, I believe, is what Neither's sitting on currently. But that aside, let's get a little bit of a ready up from UXO so we can be underway nice and quickly. But maybe FM just really like attack, and they really like a hard struggle. They don't like an easy ride by all accounts, and they enjoy taking themselves to the brink, who knows. But I can imagine it's going to be a rather close game, because surely FM being on the back foot now, they can't be happy. As a team as they are, they're a well-known bunch. You don't want to be losing these games. Now, I've seen, the people they're against aren't bad, don't get me wrong. They're just, you don't mentally put them on the same level as maybe FragMasters. So you'd expect FragMasters to truly come into this guns blazing, but they do seem a little bit, lackluster at the moment. So maybe this is what they need. It's a little bit of a push in the right direction. I can only hope they truly step it up. So now we are going live into the second half, and now the tables have turned as we do see the CyBORG Factory on defense and FragMasters on attack. I'm going to have to take this one away. I'm sorry to take it from you, but Minx had a lovely little A spawn there, so I'm going to see what he can do. Maybe he can finally drop the opposing scope of Neither. Maybe not, as the smoke is just completely covering that A site. Very nicely done from CGF. Just plan it out so they're not going to get that slow push done against them. So let's flick across the other players, as Atomic will take us into this round with the frag onto CDE, and now Blazy is waiting for his moment to just get a little bit of a peek onto the guy who's sitting in that clothing area. Can he do so, as it does seem to be going for a bit of a B push? So this is a completely different strat, and there's the frag from Blazy. Well done to him to pick that up through the wall. As so quick one for himself, but Neither standing tall does pick up the frag onto him, and now Neither has got a mountain to climb. A mountain of very English players, and Minxka finally stepping up and taking down his counterpart. Surely feeling a little embarrassed of how he played in the last few rounds, so he's thinking, I'm going to make sure I take you down. So why don't you jump into this one?
I think we're going to follow Atomic for the FragMasters team. We haven't actually given him that much attention, and he is at the bottom of the FragMasters lineup if we look at the scores, with 8 frags for 10 here. But being the bomb carrier, that does make a little bit of sense, as we see what looks like a B push early in the game from FragMasters, as we see the opening frag going in favour of Glady on Peter there. Peter pushed a little bit too hard and did pay for it indeed, as we're seeing Glady tagged up very heavily by the AK. It looks like we'll have a rotate back around to this A area now. Minx looking to get those tags onto Janny, who is being a little bit exposed in the car park area. And now we'll see Glady picking up that frag onto Blazy from behind. Soka then shutting down Blade in return. So we're now in a 4 versus 3 in favour of CyBORG Factory, with FragMasters not wanting to give any ground, as Neither managed to shut down Minx with that scope. And Atomic heavily tagged up by CDE, it looks like, and managed to get a few more tags in for running away and peeking from a different location. 4 versus 2. FragMasters will really have to work even harder now, as we see Glady picking up that frag onto Atomic, the headshot, precise aim there, and Soka getting returned onto Neither. So Soka in a 1 versus 3. Can he do it? No, he can't, as we see the headshot from Janny there, SMG to Soka's face. What can you do in that kind of situation, really, against 3 of the opposing players?
Well, clearly FragMasters don't know, as now the score is slowly but surely slipping away from their fingers. Let's follow Peter here with that MP5 in hand. He did seem so preferable to it before, as Glady takes this one into the first kill onto Soka. With the nade, can we see a reply from FragMasters? Smokes and nades coming out towards that B side, but no one dropping as of yet. But Peter does pick up the tag, but not the frag. Dives around to B arch, does pick up a lovely little bit of a spray and pay. There we go, Peter with 2 frags now. Can he get the third at the top street? B is truly being torn apart by this MP5. He's got a spot in him there at the top of the street, but he knows there's going to be one rotating round into B arch. Blazy picks up 1. Can Peter secure this? They need to get this B arch player down and out. Does spot him there with the AK, gets tagged up himself. Darts around and Blade gets the better of him. And now Blade has to stay alive, and he can't quite do it as Blazy jumps around and picks up the SMG frag onto him. That was really well played finally from FragMasters. XO, he's still there, or was that a phone call?
Yeah, it was a phone call, but it's all gone now. As I am going to watch Glady out of spawn, I think. Played really, really well in the last couple of rounds, getting those opening frags out by being incredibly aggressive, moving into this market area. As we see Peter almost dropping to a nade. I think it's Peter anyway with this overlay bug, which seems all too common at the moment. And I don't really know where the FragMasters guys are going. They're centred around the A bomb site at the moment with a lone player pushing towards B. And we see Glady just holding us mid-area, not wanting to give it a moment for the FragMasters guy to rotate through mid, as we see neither opening up frags there onto Minx. Minx really is getting outscoped by him at the moment. Neither is playing an absolute dream on 17 for 1 for 9. And now we'll see Blazy picking up that first SMG frag onto Blaze, and Soka following through on his teammate's success with that AK onto neither there. And then we see Peter diving around the corner, MP3 in hand, picking up that frag onto Glady. Peter again onto CDE. And now we've got Johnny left alive against 4 of the FragMasters players. What a scary situation for him to be in right now. Where is he hiding? Okay, Johnny's here in this A arch area. The bomb is down for FragMasters team, and he has now exposed himself. Managed to pick up one onto Blazy, but Peter is too fast for him and behind him, and that's going to be a second round in a row on the board for FragMasters. Could this be the start of the comeback?
It does seem as though the ball is now rolling, and rolling into the face of the CYBORG factory. So following Blazy here, he has picked up the bomb with that SMG, so I think they're going to go for that little B push, as they did before. Maybe a little bit of a split, who knows? Peter leading the charge there, no one dropping to the nades as yet. As you can see, FM being very cautious to keep the numbers up. So switching across to Peter, I can't deny the man with a blue MP5. Darts into clothing area, but Yanni will get the better of him with the frag straight onto his face. So let's see what FM can do in reply. Does seem to be slowing down as Yanni tries to stay alive and prone down and hope his teammates can help him out. And here we go. You can see FM are so cautious. They don't want to give this one away, and they're going to expect someone to watch that cross, which they very much are, and I do believe it will be neither. But Yanni not taking that for an answer as he dives out with that SMG and does pick up the frag onto Blazy. Can he get the third here? Peeking down to that zigzag area. He does tag him up, doesn't manage to land the frag sadly, and Soka will pick up one onto his teammate Glady. So Yanni now has to pick these up. There are players left, right and centre. That B push from FragMasters not doing them the world of good as of yet. And here comes the tags again as Yanni's not quite managing to land it. Maybe he needs a bit of help from someone with a bit of range, and that person could be the scope neither, who is definitely on the same side as him. Waiting for the moment to pounce. So Yanni is about to be flanked from B arch. He's got to be so careful and hope his teammates watching his back, because Soka's pushed out here, and this is where it could all go wrong as Yanni falls to the scope work of Minska, and now it's 3 on 3 with a bit of a B push and a little bit of momentum finally from FragMasters. Now can Soka pick up this frag onto the red car? Does spot the player, gets a little bit of spam, doesn't manage to land the frag, and now he has to depend on his teammates to do so, and Minska will step up to the plate and drop Blade out of this. But now CD is left in a rather sticky situation, blows himself up with the car. Now that is not how you want to end a round, and Soka finally mops up the last frag onto neither, and now FragMasters have truly kicked themselves up a gear.
CDE, well, killing yourself really does not help your team in that kind of situation, so I'm going to follow him out of spawn here. With that AK, it looks like moving towards this B side. We see the opening frag go in favour of neither onto Peter there. Peter pushing a little bit too aggressively, it seems, with that SMG, and got shut down for his troubles. I'm not entirely sure where the FragMasters players are going to center themselves this round, though, after what happened the round before last, as we see frags going out between Glady and Atomic. Managed to shut down Glady there with that MP5, which he must have picked up off Soka, and we see neither picking up that frag there onto Blazy, and we got 4 of the CYBORG factory players left alive against FragMasters, with Blade picking up that frag onto Atomic there. So we now have Peter in a 1 versus 4 situation. Or is it Peter? No, it's Minx. Sorry about that. The overlay really is messing up today, as we see Johnny just charge through that B house and will pick up the frag from behind. Another round on the board for CYBORG factory.
Yep, but I've got to follow Peter. He's got the spawn, he's got the MP5. Is he going to storm out to B? And surely if you're a CYBORG factory right now, you'd be putting a few more players towards that B area, but maybe you don't need to, as neither picks up the headshot onto Peter there with that little bit of scope action. As Soka will pick up one for himself. So Frank's going back and forth, and no one really taking the advantage as yet, and now FM seem to be going for a bit of an A push. Peter down, they've already adapted to that. So maybe with a little bit of luck they can pick this up, as Minska takes us away with a little bit of deagle work onto Blade, and neither finally replying. But we do find a 3 on 3 coming about here, make it a 3 on 2 as neither's going absolutely huge for his team. Can he get another frag at the top of the B3? He does dive round and picks up the headshot onto Minska. Can he go even further? Can he pick up the last frag here? Dives out with the scope. He's got to find, I believe it's Atomic left alive. Now knows where he is. Is he going to go for it? If I'd picked up those frags, I'd be diving out like a madman right now. So SMG in hand. And you can know Atomic's still on site. Can he get the frag? Yes, he does. Absolutely sublime round from Neither. I believe that was an ace. So well played to him. He is truly on fire in this game.
Where are you hiding, Neither? I've got to watch you after that round. Looking for that wallbang there. He does love it, and he will pick up the first frag there onto Atomic, as we see Blaze equaling things out a little bit with a frag onto Gladdy there. And we're in a 4v4 situation at the moment, with the opening players dropping incredibly soon into the round to that scope shot and the nade. And it looks like we'll have a B push here from the FM guys. CYBORG Factory have realised this though, so sending as many players over to that B area as possible. We see the customary tags going out, but Soka will get the most there of Gianni, as we see Blaze picking up. Oh, sorry about that. That was the opening kill there onto Gladdy, which I'm talking about. And we will be in a 4v3 situation with the favour on FragMasters. Neither not wanting to expose himself that much. We see CDO getting that kill onto Minx there, and Blaze and Peter picking up 2 quick frags onto Blade and CDE. The SMG is really working wonders for FragMasters team, as we're left with Neither. Managed to tag up Soka incredibly heavily. Cannot connect the end frag though, as he does get that frag through the car. 1 versus 2. 2 players left to find for Neither. Pulls out our Deagle. Did we see some more magic aims around the corner where Peter is hiding, and he will now have an MP5. Cannot pick up the last kill onto Blazy. Very well played by Neither, but he cannot manage to pick up the third. Unlucky by him there.
Right, as Neither is on it like Gromit, as a fellow co-caster once said. I've got to watch him go for a bit of a wallbang here, but it does seem to be countered by Minska. That's incredible. I've never seen someone go for the counter wallbang there, so he's got to adapt and change it up. He does drop the frag onto Soka's face, and there goes the first kill in favour of CYBORG Factory. Can they keep hold of this advantage? It does seem to be a bit of a B push. So flicking over to Blazy. Can he spot the player in close? No, he doesn't, but the frags aren't coming out as yet, as Neither is still going absolutely huge here. Spots another. There's the scope. Can he get the frag? Peeking over onto the market. CDE gets one. Minska finally with a reply, but now FM are left with a mountain to climb, as there are 4 players to their 1, as now is all, I believe, on the scope for FragMasters to pull it back from the brink. You don't want to give conflict the CYBORG Factory in this round. This is the one you want to keep in the bag, just in case something goes wrong, and Minska now has to find 4 players. Excuse me. With the AK in hand, doesn't manage to do so, as Neither will dive out with that scope and pick up another frag. I can't believe how good he's playing this game. It's unreal.
Oh, he really is playing amazing, and it looks like he is carrying like a CYBORG Factory team to their victory as he gets another opening frag onto Blazy. Neither, what would your team do without you? Absolutely amazing plays so far, as I am going to watch Soka for FragMasters here. Hasn't really seen that much action so far, even though he is top of the FragMasters team. He's playing it very slowly, not wanting to expose himself or any of his teammates. We see the opening SMG kill go in favour of Peter. Neither again onto Minx. He really is dominating his opposition at the moment, and we'll see Gladdy picking up that kill onto Soka there, and Atomic returning in kind with another AK kill onto Blade. Peter picking up that nade kill, and it's Neither yet again onto Peter. What can you do against an aim like that? He is having an absolutely amazing game as he manages to tag up Atomic there. Atomic lying down, and Gianni will finish up Neither's work to put the victory, the unexpected victory, to CYBORG Factory.
I would have never seen that coming a mile off, and I've got to say well played to them, because Neither truly did come through when it mattered. And did he drop a 30? He may have done it, maybe in the high 20s.
He dropped, I think, 33 or 34 in the end.
That is phenomenal. That is so... You know, I do understand that this map allows for scopes to play like that. You know, they did go for a lot of the A pushes, which depends on a lot of the picks coming from the scope. But he didn't ever drop it, you know. There was no moment where he just sat back and thought, well, I'm doing alright, guys, I can chill now. He was on it the whole time. And so well played to him, and fantastic work from the CYBORG Factory. So, what do you think they could do later in the rounds? I didn't expect that to happen. Do you think they're going any further?
It depends. If Neither's playing like he was just then, they could really go far in this tournament and maybe even reach a final. If they were playing like they were then, the team play was amazing, and that kind of aim, well, what can you do?